Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu al-atammani al-akmalani ala Muhammadin Rasulillah Sayyid al-awwaleen wal-akhirin wa imam al-anbiya'i wal-mursaleen والشافع المشفع يوم الدين وعلى آله الطيبين وأزواجه الطاهرات أمهات المؤمنين ومن استنى بسنته واهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. حياكم Allah, my dear brothers and sisters, to this continuing sessions of the praises of faith from the verses of Quran. And we are today continuing the explanation and extracting the praises of faith from ayah number 184 of Surah Al-Baqarah, which talks about the ruling of fasting and exemption from fasting, or those who are exempted from the obligation of fasting in Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala there said, أياما معدودات فمن كان منكم مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخرى وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين. We already spoke about this portion where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said fasting for a limited number of days. So whoever among you is ill or on a journey during them, then an equal number of days of other days are to be made up. And upon those who are able to fast, but with hardship, are ransom as a substitute of feeding a poor person each day. Up to here we spoke about the qualities of people exempted from the obligation of fasting during the daytime of the month of Ramadan. I would say that they are a traveler, the ill, sick person who fasting may cause his illness worse or delay his curing, the old man and old woman who are not in a good condition to fast from morning until sunset because of their body weakness. Similar to them is the woman who is pregnant and a woman who is in breastfeeding. If they find it hard during the day of Ramadan. So we said that the traveler has a choice to fast or not to fast. The ill person is allowed not to fast if the illness causes a delay of his curing or turns his situation worse, or he cannot cope with the pain, even if it is not something very big, like if someone has a toothache and he can't cope with the pain, he can't be patient, for him it's a bit heavy, then he can break the fast and take painkiller and make up that day after Ramadan, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end of this ayat said that he only intends the ease for people, not difficulties, as in the next ayah. And we also talked about a normal person, regular person, who finds hardship in continuing the fasting during the day. He started fasting, but as for example, he's working hard under sun or heavy duty, and now he become very thirsty or very weak, very tired, and he cannot continue, then he can break his fast when he finds it already hard to continue and make up those days or that day. But he cannot take it as an excuse not to start fast. Because some people may think that, oh, if I am going, yesterday I did the same work and I had the same situation, I was tired in the middle of the day and I broke my fast. Then they say, let me start the day not fasting. We say, no, you cannot do that. You have to fast each day up until you find the difficulty or the hardship, up until that you cannot continue doing your duties with fasting, then you break the fast and make up those days in another time. And we also spoke about those who need to break the fast to rescue one who is in danger, such as a person in a house burning, and this fireman or wants to rescue cannot do that because he's too weak due to the fasting. So then he can break the fast and rescue that person who is in danger. Now, so all this we spoke about. So today is the conclusion of the ayah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ. We said that Allah Ta'ala said, فِدْيَةٌ وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. And upon those who are able to fast but with hardship, this is as the old man and old woman, and also the woman who is pregnant and woman who is breastfeeding, a ransom of as a substitute of feeding a poor person for each day. But the sick person, as we said, they are on two cases. The sick person is has two cases. One, the sickness is an illness that the doctors say it can be cured, but it takes time. Then you say you break the fast and wait until the illness is cured or until the danger is gone. Then you make up those days. And another illness, the doctors say that this illness is something permanent with the person, cannot be cured. Then we say break the fast and feed a needy for each day, because it's not possible for him to make those days. Permanently, he can't fast. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and whoever volunteers good, meaning above fasting, he feed a needy, or those who are unable permanently, above feeding a needy for each day, they feed 2 needies, 3 needies for each day. That is good for them. Then Allah Ta'ala said, and whoever volunteers good, it is better for him. It is better for him. What did the ulama say about this? The ulama said that this type of person is somebody who fast with struggles and feed a needy. And some said that it is he who can't fast forever, then he feeds. What is obligatory upon him is to feed a needy, single needy, one needy for each day. But if he gives 2 or 3 needies, not with the same, and each need, and each day you have to give out half a sa'. A sa' is the weighing element of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A sa' is 4 full both hands, full stretched and gathered hands with grains full of this 4 times. This one time is a quarter sa' of a middle sized person, not one with a small body and a small hand, not one with big body and big hand, but medium, which is most of the people. So this full both hands gathered is a quarter of a sa'. Today, they found that a sa' is almost 3 kgs. It depends on the grain, because some grains has weight and some has less weight. So better to be safe, the ulama say 3 kg of rice, middle size rice, okay, like that basmati, or the middle size, not the big one and fatty one, nor that it's the very small and slim, but the middle one, middle size. And as we said, it depends on the grain that you are weighing, but the best is to be in the safe side and give out 1.5 kg for each day of Ramadan that you are unable to fast permanently. Now, so if you give 2, then that is better for you, as Allah Ta'ala said. If you give 3, then that is even much better. As Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma said, فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا, he said, and he fed an extra miskin above what he has to feed. Now, and same said by others. And فمن تطوع خيرا, عطاء ibn Abi Rabah, or Mujahid ibn Jabr. Mujahid ibn Jabr, one of the scholars of tafsir, and he is a student of Ibn Abbas. He said, فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا, he said he gave a sa'. I told you, to feed a needy, that is half a sa'. We said 1 of gathered both hands stretched full of grain, that is a quarter of a sa'. 2 is half of a sa'. That's what you need to give to the poor for each day. Mujahid ibn Jabr said that if you give a sa', meaning 4 full gathered hands of grain, that is what Allah Ta'ala means by if you volunteer good. That is the meaning of it. And some other in some other narration of recitation of this ayah, طعام مساكين, masakin with plural, miskin is singular, masakin could be 2, could be more. And that extra, the obligatory is only feeding one. But if you feed more, that would be something good of you. Now, and that's what many scholars of tafsir said, as also Ibn Tawus narrated that from his father Tawus ibn Kaysan, that فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا, and he who volunteer good, means he fed another miskin for each day instead of 1, 2, or more. Some others say فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا means he who is able to fast, he fasts and he feed a needy. And he does what is obligatory upon him, and he donate feeding a needy for each day. That is the meaning of it. And then Allah Ta'ala said, وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرًا لَكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. But if you fast, it's better for you if you only knew. This ayah, this portion of the ayah, the scholars of tafsir said that when Ramadan was made mandatory or obligatory in the second year of Hijrah, it was a choice. Whoever wants to fast, he can fast. And whoever wants to break the fast, he can break the fast with no reason. With no reason. He breaks the fast and he feeds a needy for each day. Now, but Allah Ta'ala said, but if you fast, it would be better for you. It will be better for you than not fasting. So, these are the opinions of the scholars of tafsir in regarding to this ayah. What do we benefit from that? We benefit from that the categories of people who are exempted from fasting, and categorizing them into two categories. One, who can not fast temporarily, as the sick person and the traveler, and the other, and also under them are those who need to break the fast for hardship they faced in that day or for rescuing someone. All these need to make up the days after Ramadan. And the second category is that people who are permanently unable to fast, so they can break the fast and feed a needy for each day. Both of them are told, if they do what they have to do and they do something extra, like here fasting, making up those days as a compensation, and feeding a needy for each day, would be good for them, but not obligatory. Here they can't fast permanently, so they have to feed a needy for each day, but if they feed 2 or more, would be better for them. What is obligatory upon them is to feed 1, but if they feed 2, would be better for them. Now, and as we said, وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرًا لَكُمْ, this comes like the traveler, if he is able, because the travel is an excuse not to fast. Okay, it's not necessarily to be very hard or very long travel, but it's a choice up to him. As Abdullah bin Rawaha said, we traveled with Rasulullah sallam. We've been in a journey with Rasulullah sallam, and some of us fasting and some of us not fasting, and none of both parties condemn the other. None. So it is allowed. But if they fast during the travel, would be good for them. And if they break the fast, there's no blame on them. No blame on them. And the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said, ليس من البر الصيام بالسفر. It's not from piety. It's not from piety to fast during the travel journey. That is for people who become weak. Because Rasulullah said it when he saw a group of people surrounding somebody, laying down and shading him and pouring water on him. And he asked, what is this? They said, fasting. He is fasting. The Prophet ﷺ said, لَيْسَ مِنَ الْبِرِّ الصِّيَامُ بِالسَّفَرِ. It is not from piety to fast during travel. He was fasting, but it means if it takes you to this limit of hardship, then break the fast. Because Allah Ta'ala, as we are going to see in the next ayah, He does not will hardship for you, but He wills ease for you. So we have to take the permission and gifts of Allah and act upon that. May Allah Ta'ala make us from those who fast the month of Ramadan strongly and willingly and be rewarded highly, and make us from those who contribute and volunteer sadaqat and donations as much as we can. And may Allah Ta'ala make us from those who do all righteous deeds during Ramadan and even after Ramadan continuously until we stand before Allah, until we die. Until we die, may Allah Ta'ala make us from those pious people who learn their deen, act upon it, and distribute it to others. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you tomorrow, inshallah.